I might not be able to stay with you. Don't be afraid of him. With me backing you, he won't stand a chance. He meddles in everything. It's so annoying. But he's the boss. A lot of people at the company follow him. If he doesn't like me, I won't be able to last at the company. Sometimes it really gets to me. You're the one who really runs this company. Some people actually take his side over yours. Don't worry. Once I force him to hand over the projects and clients he's grabbed, you can take some more time to get familiar with the company. His VP position will be yours. By then, no one will be able to boss you around. Everyone will have to answer to you. Great. I won't have to be afraid of him anymore. You're so good to me. Of course, if I don't treat you well, who else would? From now on, the company will be yours. I'm yours too. Don't you dare let me down. How could I ever let you down? I'll take care of you with all my heart. I only love you. But when are you going to get divorced? I want to be with you openly, seeing you still with him. It breaks my heart. I don't want to be with him either. I'm just focused on divorcing him. Be patient. I just stood there, stunned. I couldn't believe my ears. I couldn't bring myself to believe this was what my own wife said. No wonder Xiaoxing always takes Xu Hao's side. So that's what they were to each other. He was already condemned. In that moment, my heart broke. If he hit me before because of Xu Hao, I thought it was just a misunderstanding. Turns out there was no misunderstanding. I didn't storm in to expose them because there was no point. Arguing here would only make others laugh at us. It's pointless. I left Xu Hao's phone at the door and walked out. If Xiaoqing wants me gone, I'll leave. For a while afterward, Xiaoqing started targeting me. She slowly poached my clients and projects. I didn't fight back. She achieved her goal easily. I was leaving anyway. That day I went to Xiaoqing's office. I directly tossed a copy of the divorce papers in front of him and said coolly, "Go on, sign it." Xiaoqing snatched up the divorce papers, stunned. He frowned and asked, "What do you mean by this?" I sneered and said, "Isn't this exactly what you wanted? You just wanted to take the resources I control, didn't you? Then divorce me so you can openly be with Xu Hao." "Fine, I'll give you what you want." My words stunned Xiaoqing for a moment. He was very shocked, but soon he pulled himself together and said, "Since you already know, I have nothing to hide. This is all your fault. If you hadn't been constantly on business trips, only had eyes for work, you never cared what I wanted. Why would I be with Xu Hao? You don't understand me." But he understood me. "While you were away on business, those 3 months were the happiest I'd had. That's something you could never give me. I'm just trying to be happy. I don't think I did anything wrong." He actually had an affair and defended it like it was nothing. That really changed how I saw him, I sneered. "Weren't I on those business trips because of you? If I didn't travel, if I didn't work this hard, where would the company's business come from? How would the company survive? Do you think I want to work this hard? If I don't do it, who will? You want your little brother, who's always flirting with coworkers, to do it? Or your uncle who's only after kickbacks? If it weren't for me, this company would have folded long ago. Enough. Their family. Don't you dare say that. Their company would be just fine without you. The world would keep turning without you. Don't think you're that important. I'm not even going to argue. Performative filial piety. I don't care about it anymore. Once the divorce is final, I'll leave the company and take with me my 30% stake. Will you buy them back for 120 million? That's the current market valuation. If you want them, take them. Do you? Of course. I was worried about the shares you were holding. If you're willing to let them go, that's perfect. So I won't have to force you out and embarrass you when that happens. Otherwise, they'd call me heartless. I smiled. Everything's by the book? Once Xiaoqing signs the divorce papers, I walked out of the office holding the papers. I headed to the smoking area. I'd already made peace with it. But to end up like this, I still felt pretty hurt. Halfway through my cigarette, Xu Hao showed up. I wasn't going to bother with him, but he smirked and said, "So you really did overhear me that day, in the office, talking to that woman, didn't you?" "I only said that to rile you. I knew you'd go back. Are you mad yet?" "What's the point of getting angry? You're about to be out of a job. You shouldn't have crossed me." I ignored him. He kept going. "Hurts to have your wife stolen, doesn't it? But what can you do? Your wife believes me, not you. Even if I framed you and took your job and took everything from you, what are you going to do to me?" I stubbed out my cigarette. I suddenly punched him in the face. He staggered back a few steps. He stared at me in disbelief. "How dare you hit me?" I didn't wait for him to finish. I kicked him again, knocking him down. Then I kept stomping on him. At first, he was still making threats. He quickly begged for mercy. It took me a while to calm down. "How dare you hit me? You're gonna pay. I'm calling the police. I'll see you behind bars," Shu Hao threatened. I sneered. "Call the police then." That would ruin the wedding. The share deal would fall through too. "I'll stay on at the company. I promise you won't get a single thing." I hit play on the recording. It was our conversation from just now. As soon as he walked in, I'd started recording on my phone. "You said if this recording ever got out," and Xiaoqing found out, "what do you think would happen to you?" Shu Hao glared at me. His eyes still held resentment, but he didn't dare act on it. I shot him a disdainful look and walked away. Before, it was because of Xiaoqing that I was held back at every turn by him. But now my relationship with Xiaoqing is over. Who does he think he is? I'm leaving the company. What I did wasn't out of fear of Shu Hao, nor because he set me up. I'm disappointed in Xiaoqing. There's no point staying with him any longer. I'm not going to either. Give the recording to Xiaoqing. What will happen to them? I'm done caring. Xiaoqing and I have finalized our divorce. The assets have been split. I don't want any property. I only wanted cash. I sold my shares to him. This company has nothing to do with me anymore. I've parted ways with Xiaoqing. Some people at the company couldn't wait for me to leave, like Xiaoyang, Xiaoqing's brother, and his relatives. Now that I'm gone, they'll be able to do whatever they want. Back then, no one but me could keep them in line. Some people weren't happy to see me go. The longtime staff who had stood by me were all furious about my leaving that day. I went back to the villa to collect my last things. On my way out, I ran into Zhou Fang. She sneered. "See? I told you couldn't control them. You've let yourself be pushed out. My son is the best. Everything you own will be his." I scoffed. A fallen tiger is mocked by dogs. I didn't bother arguing with her. Those petty arguments mean nothing to me. Let him gloat. We'll see how long he can keep it up. After I left for good, I planned to take some time off, but to my surprise, my old rivals came calling. They found out I'd left. They wanted me to join them. They even promised a generous package. At first I hesitated. They also told me if I didn't want to go up against Xiaoqing directly. They offered me the overseas business. I accepted. On top of that, people from my old team said at Xiaoqing's they couldn't stand working there any longer and wanted to join me. Xiaoyang's relatives were in the company. They flaunted their power and had already provoked widespread resentment. So I invited them to join my team. My new company was over the moon and offered them generous compensation. Xiaoqing called me about this. "Yang Shu, is this your revenge? You actually poached so many of our core team." That was their choice. If you'd run the company properly, why would they have left? If you hadn't been behind our backs, stirring them up, why would they leave? I never thought you'd stoop so low. Believe whatever you want. It's too late now. Don't you ever think about your own problems? The company's bound to fail under you. No way. Just with your petty little tricks, you really think you can take me down? That's not going to happen. I can't be bothered explaining it to him. If things keep going like this, his company's collapse is inevitable. 6 months passed. I'm doing well at my new job. Meanwhile, Xiaoqing's company kept going downhill. He called me again. "This is on you. You actually went to work for my rival? Are you doing this on purpose? To get revenge on me? If it weren't for you, my company wouldn't be in this mess. That's on you. How many people do you even have left? Don't you know? If there were any competent ones, they'd have been driven off long ago by your relatives. What about your new boyfriend, Shu Hao? Didn't he replace me? Didn't he help you? He's given up. It's too late now. I don't want to say anything more. I did make mistakes back then, but the main problem was you. What would it take for you to come back? There's no way I'm going back. I'll give you equity and a raise. Isn't that enough? No way I'd ever go back. The moment I left, There was no way I was going back. Thankfully, I cashed out my shares. Otherwise, I'd have nothing left. But I'd expected that. When I left Shaoqin, the company was doomed. Another year flew by. I rose quickly at my new company. Meanwhile, Shaoqin's company was on the brink of collapse. In the end, our rival bought her company. The company had me take over Shaoqin's company. I became general manager the day I signed the acquisition agreement. Shaoqin regrets it now. I was wrong, I hurt you. I didn't take your advice. Shuhao wasn't a good man. I was taken in by his sweet talk. I've broken up with him. Can we go back to the way things were? I shook my head and said firmly, there's no going back for us. You can't turn back time. Shaoqin tried to win me back, but I wouldn't give her the chance. She wanted to stay on and keep working. But I turned her down. I didn't think she was competent. Back then, it was only because she was my wife. I let her slide and helped her. But she wasn't my wife anymore. I also fired all of Shaoqin's staff, relatives. Xiaoyang, his uncle, and the others wanted to come after me. But why would I care about them? They were just leeches. Keeping them would only be a liability 5 years later. I took the company public. On the day of the press conference, I thought I glimpsed Xiaoxing, but I wasn't sure and didn't pay much attention. Later, as I stepped out of the restroom, I ran into Xiaoxing. He'd lost the spark he used to have and now looked like a janitor. I couldn't tell if he was a real janitor or if he was just posing as one to sneak in. He said, "Congrats on the company." It grew. I didn't answer. Then he added, "I'll admit I was wrong. I've been thinking if Shuhao had never come along, we wouldn't have divorced. Would I be on that stage speaking today?" I paused, I shook my head and said, even if we hadn't divorced, that day still wouldn't have happened. With Xiaoxing having put all his relatives into the company would be lucky to stay afloat. There was no way it could have made it this far. That was down to my hard work. But I have my limits. You can't expect miracles. We'd barely started talking. I left. We didn't even have a proper conversation.